Hi, I'm Chad Dezern, and I'm the studio director at Insomniac Games in North Carolina.
So we're here at Gamescom. You guys are unveiling the brand new Ratchet Clank All for One. Talk a little bit about where this idea came from.
Well, you know, we almost felt morally obligated to make a co-op Ratchet Clank game, because in all the iterations of the game, we haven't really let players play together as Ratchet Clank at the same time.
And when it comes to this new game, in addition to being four-player co-op, it's also a brand new studio. Talk a little about how you guys ended up in North Carolina, of all places.
Sure. Well, you know, we just feel like Insomniac really has a good thing going with the culture, and we just wanted to make more games. And that was really the driving force behind opening up a new studio. You know, we didn't want to expand the team in Burbank past the magical size that lets everybody understand what's going on with the game process. So the new studio in North Carolina lets us get more done, make more games, and also bring the Insomniac culture to a new place and a new team.
What is that area like in terms of game development? You got Epic Games and EA and a lot of studios.
Right. You know, we did a lot of research. We looked at a lot of different places, and we really thought that the Triangle area in North Carolina was just hopping for game development. I mean, a lot of teams were there and doing well. It was obviously really possible to have a game studio there. So that really played into our decision. You know, we didn't want to be on an island. We wanted to be around other game developers so we can talk shop a little bit. And it turned out to be a great place for us to open up our new studio.
You guys showed gameplay for the first time today, and it was pretty impressive, especially when you consider you have 30 people only working on this. Can you talk about the team size and what you guys were able to accomplish?
Yeah, well, thanks. You know, like, our approach has been to be like a startup. Like, we try to get things done. You know, we really like live for the day and try to push things as much as we can. So we have 30 really talented, experienced people working on the game. But, you know, at the same time, we have a bigger team in Burbank who's really got our back. So if we have a question about something, we always have people to call, and we get a ton of support from the group in Burbank. So it's kind of like we feel like we're merging the best parts of a startup with the best parts of being with an established company.
Cool. So let's dig a little bit deeper into Ratchet Clank All for One. Start off by talking about how these four characters end up together.
Right. Well, unfortunately, I can't tell you too much about the story just yet, but I could say that a lot of cosmic shenanigans go down for this group of four characters who don't necessarily like each other to end up, you know, chained together and really forced to work out their differences the hard way.
So let's run through those four characters.
Sure. We're talking about Ratchet, Clank, of course, Captain Quark, who's the bumbling idiot, and also Dr. Nefarious, who's just pure evil and backstabbing in every way.
Now, what does having these guys together cooperatively open up for you in terms of gameplay and creativity?
Yeah, we've been surprised. It's really opened up brand new things for us to explore in the genre. You know, we've been really surprised by what happens when you get a group of players together, what they like to think about together, and what they end up doing. And it really just amplifies every little part of the experience. Suddenly, four players become almost an echo chamber, where a mechanic that previously would have been a small accomplishment for one player gets even more fun and satisfying and coordinated when you get a group of people working together to get it done.
Can you talk a little bit about some of the environments that we just saw during the demo and what people are going to be exploring?
Sure. You know, like, a wide variety of locations is a hallmark of the series, and All for One is no different. You know, we're really all about, like, putting big experiences in front of the player all the time. So we just played through the high cliffs of Magnus, which is all about vertigo, all about just really getting the feeling of grabbing air from a high elevation. But we have lots of other exotic alien places to visit in the game as well. We're excited to show more.
Now, Ratchet Clank has also always been about gadgets and guns. You guys showed some stuff. Can you talk a bit about what we saw?
Right. Ratchet Clank All for One is no different. You know, the game really is about weapons at its core. And our hook is that it's really about using weapons together as a team. So, you know, you can use a weapon as a single player, but when you get together with your friends, the weapon effects become even more devastating, and coordinating weapon use in interesting ways opens up a lot of explosive possibilities for us in the game design.
And going into this and designing this as a four-player experience, both online or together in the same room, can you talk a little about how that impacted what you guys are doing in this game?
Sure. You know, we have really tried to make it all about making the best possible cooperative Ratchet & Clank experience. So, you know, certainly we started with a framework of Ratchet & Clank, but we've tweaked, we've pushed and pulled, and just done everything we needed to do to try to make it something that really great to experience either side by side together, sitting on a couch, or playing online with your friends.
And are you guys building upon the engine that already existed? Because it looked like, to start off with that standpoint, you had a lot to work with.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. Insomniac has a really mature PlayStation 3 engine at this point. We made a lot of games. And again, one of the great things about being a startup or a small studio working with a bigger group is that we get to leverage all that technology and really try to push it in new places.
And the last thing I want to ask you is what you think people will be most excited about when they actually get to play this game.
Sure. I think what it comes down to is that when people get their hands on the controllers, they're going to be glad to play Ratchet Clank and also Dr. Nefarious and Captain Quark together at the same time. It really is all about the team experience and all about something fun that you get to do with your friends.